what's your views on what's happened with Soldier X?
If I want to follow, if that is my belief, then that is my belief. That is something I should be allowed to share on my own social media. It's not something that other people should be able to dictate what I post. I feel like that's a sort of oppression that shouldn't be forced upon people that are meant to fight that exact thing. Do you know what I mean? I feel like
So many people say you're fighting for other people's freedoms in faraway fields. You're fighting to get...
But we're not allowed our own. Yeah, I understand what I mean. It's like we go out, say for example, if they want to send us wherever we go in the world, it's usually for that cause to fight oppression, and then we're sitting here. I'm not allowed to tell you that you're my idol or whatever. You know, whatever political views. I'm not allowed to be right wing, left wing. I have to be centrist. But that's irrelevant because they're saying it. They're using you, I think, as sort of scapegoat for right wing sort of things. But like you say on your own videos, you haven't been accused of anything, and that's the way they're pointing the finger at us.
What about, because I said you've all come here today, you've seen what's happened to him, he's been booted from the army.
Yeah.
Are you not worried by that? Because that's what my first thing I said to you is, I don't want to be in a position where tomorrow, next week, we find out you've all been nicked.
I think, when you think about it, I think, do you want to, so yeah, maybe you are risking your career, but then are you risking a career that you want to be part of anymore when you think your beliefs are respected, whatever you want to do on your own social media is not respected? It makes you think, is that a career that you want to even be part of in the first place? So.
Do you know you saying that? So many people have contacted me from the army saying that. So many people saying I spoke to some bloke today in Afghanistan who said when he gets back he's leaving. He's going to make it very public why he's leaving, and it's to do with this young 17-year-old boy who's been booted. And do you know? Look, the mad thing is he's been booted because the Muslim Council of Britain complained. I don't want to get you into any of that anyway. That's all.
I know what you mean. It's like it really did make me think. On Tuesday, whenever it was it came out, I just really thought. That's why I got in contact with you. I was like, I can't believe that is something that would have such a knock-on effect on someone's career. It's such an innocent thing. Like that kid, they don't know. We don't know, for example, what he's got. He might have bills, you know what I mean? That's his career over. He could have wanted a 22-year career, and now he's gone, yeah.
These lads, I'm going to make a decision to blank their faces out and blur their faces out. They weren't bothered about that. Many of them don't care. That's where you're at. You've got now British Army, members of the British Army who are ready to revolt, who don't care if you're going to sack them, don't care if you're going to fire them, because they want to stand in solidarity with a 17-year-old boy who's been sacrificed to please the Muslim Council of Britain. So I'm going to blur their faces out, but so many more people, if you're serving in the British Armed Forces, you fight for freedom. You fight for other people's freedom. If we don't stop this targeting of this 17-year-old young man who was ready to sacrifice his life for our Queen and country, and yet his career's been cut short because he shared a selfie with a journalist. If we don't stop that, what's next? Everyone I'm speaking to across the country from different regiments all over are sick to death of what's currently happening in the armed forces. The morale is the lowest it's ever been. They're saying they're told they're not allowed to be political the whole time they fly a rainbow flag from their army base. I am Soldier X. So if you're serving in the armed forces, show your support, show your solidarity, stand with him. The whole country needs to stand with him. We need to make the hierarchy, the silver spoon people at the top of the army, they're so detached from the reality. That's what I'm finding out as well. They're so detached, just like the politicians are so detached from us. We need to make them realise that they won't get away with this. And if they are going to try and get away with it, then there's going to be an almighty fight back against it. There's going to be a movement grow in support of Soldier X.